الا که رحمت آیتی ز رحمت علی بود.
How can you prove the existence of that God to somebody that doesn't believe? You know, we have a lot of people that doesn't believe in God at all. We have the atheists and other people like that. So how can you prove the existence of God, or let's say the existence of Allah, to those that do not believe in Him?
Okay, so once again, my name is Amamata Isa, and I'm a very devout Muslim. So my friends call me a prayer warrior because I have seen, like I've seen a lot of God's intervention in my life when it comes to prayers. So I'd like you to think about it this way, right? If you're a creator, say for instance, you created a machine, right? You obviously want that machine to serve a purpose, right?
Exactly.
You want it to serve a purpose. So you can't just create it and just keep it like that. So I just feel like we exist in this world to serve a purpose. You can't just be in this world just to live and die. Then why did you
I
exist?
do wonder, how people who don't believe God exists live their lives. I mean, for me, whenever I stand from my perspective to maybe imagine life from their perspective, it seems very, very chaotic. But then I even tend to ask myself, if you want to think about the inexistence of God, then you should think about the inexistence of yourself. If you exist, then God truly exists.
You know, these people, they have their own arguments, and what they say is that everything just come into being without any creator. That's their
If
own
everything
argument.
comes into being without a creator,
Yes.
why does things end? That's my question. Why does things end? If everything just came to being, then it means there shouldn't be death, right?
Yeah.
Everyone will live forever. Every leaf will remain fresh forever, right? The sun will remain forever without the moon, and the day will remain forever without the night, which is impossible. So when they bring out questions of such, the answer to their questions is just that your thought is just close to impossibility, because the world is not situated in just one. If you say things just come to be, then it should be one, right? But then things just come to be. Even in the existence of God, things are not just one. They change. They are transitional in nature.
Exactly.
You are given birth, right? You are given birth to, and you grow from your infantile stage to your adolescence, becoming an adult, and even your old age.
Exactly.
So did you just come to be? Did your parents just come to be? Did your grandparents just come to be? Where are they today? Can you tell where they are? So that's the question, like, you have to answer if you start questioning the fact that things didn't just come to be. God is under control, He exists, and that's why your existence also exists.
I strongly believe that God exists.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
So now the thing is, how can you prove His existence to those that doesn't believe He exists?
Okay, let's say human beings cannot create their fellow human beings.
Of course, they don't have the power to do that.
Yes, they don't have the power to do that. Clean air, like even scientists cannot create the natural air that comes from God. So I think that's enough reason for people to believe that God exists, because even people that cannot breathe the normal air, they have to form oxygen
by themselves.
Yes, they have to create artificial oxygen for them to breathe. They cannot create the normal air we breathe in.
The natural air.
The natural air, yes. So I think that's enough reason. And without, they should think about the fact that they live and they walk, they breathe, they eat. How? Even scientists that create android robots, they have never found a way to create a normal human being. Like, God's creation cannot be compared with what we create. Yes.
So actually God exists because nothing can exist without the person that created it.
Okay. If you say that nothing can exist without something that created it,
yes,
and you say God exists, that means God has somebody that created it.
No. God exists. The existence of how to prove the existence of God, because He is the creator of anything. He is the one that creates anything. If He didn't exist, how everything can exist?
Of course, there's no how they can actually exist.
Now, okay, that is actually correct. Nothing can exist without the person that created, and the one who created everything is our God, Allah.
It's a perspective which people can have. You understand?
Yeah.
Everybody have different understanding of things. There are people that, the way you said it, that there are people that believe that God doesn't exist, that we don't have any God. Yeah. actually to some extent, to them they believe that they are right. But to me, I believe that God actually exists. And there are a lot of things that I've seen for me to know that, oh, actually God really exists. Even without you seeing any sign of something, do you just think everything just come into being, like the trees, the human being, and animals and other things?
So
Don't you think there is something that is actually controlling it?
that's what they say. They just say everything just appear. Without no
Actually, I read some theories too, like Big Bang theory, that believe that
the Big Bang
everything
Theory.
just come together through elements or something. But you looking into it, before the coming together of all those elements, what actually exists, and those elements that come together, what actually make it come together
Together.
for it to become something.
Yeah.
So all these things is something that you don't need to ask, like, does there is actually a supernatural being that is controlling everything. It's not about the aspect of religion, or you are religion or you are not religious. You understand?
I get
But you have to understand something, that there is actually a supernatural being controlling everything.
So,
So
thank you.
that supernatural being is what some people now say is God,
Okay.
and which means I believe that God truly exists.
Okay. So, do you believe God exists? Do you believe in God?
Sure.
You sure?
I believe, yeah.
How sure are you?
I'm 100% sure. I
Wow.
believe in God. Okay. What makes you think you can breathe for an hour without any assistance? You can just breathe. Can you seize your breath for like 30 minutes?
Yes, I can. If I hold my nose, I've seized the hair.
Then how can you survive without breathing?
Without, there's no way I can survive.
Then like what give you like that ability of breathing?
No, I just found myself on earth and I saw the hair everywhere.
Then but nothing creates itself now.
You mean?
Nothing creates itself. Like there's nothing.
So okay, you
that
mean
exists without
okay,
knowing
you
it.
say nothing creates itself.
Yeah.
How can you prove to me that the air doesn't create itself?
The Almighty,
Who is the Almighty?
the God that you did not believe in, which I believe in.
So that is actually my question. I want you to prove that God to me.
Then, but it's the creator. I can't just describe God. I haven't seen him. You understand?
No,
But
you
give
don't
the
have to
scripture.
see. You don't have to see him. You just have to prove that he exists. That's
Yeah.
just it.
He exists. He
So
exists.
how does he exist?
If he did not give you the ability to breathe, you can't breathe.
How did I know that he's the one that gave me the hair to breathe?
Then who gave you the ability?
I just told you everything just appear and the hair is there.
So actually, I don't have any better way to convince you.
100% sure.
100% sure. I love the hair and
Because I'm a Muslim. You can prove the existence of, before you can even become a complete Muslim, you have to first believe in God. That is Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammadan Rasulullah.
exactly.
I can say that they're supposed to be asked that if they do not believe in God, so who created them?
They believe they just came to be.
I know that it is impossible for someone to just fall from the sky. And even first of all, who even created the sky? From the sky and from the land we walk on. It was not created by anybody. And up to now, upon all the talent that God gives them, because up to now they create robots, they create some machines, but up to now they haven't created a human being, like a real human being, the way God has created. So I want to ask them a question that if they do not believe that God exists, who created them, and from where are they created if not from God?
The question I'm having for you today is, do you believe God exists?
Wow, a very big question indeed.
Yeah.
I deeply believe that God do exist.
Meaning, you're 100% sure God exists.
If there is something more than 100, I am.
Let's say 1000%.
Yes, or even more than that. Actually, when you look at from religious backgrounds, we have numerous examples and reasons. But then I don't think that one will work here, since it's somebody who does not even know about your religion.
Somebody that doesn't believe in God.
Yes.
Yeah, so they don't believe in Islam, they don't believe in Christianity, they don't believe
Yes.
God exists.
Yes, you see. So if you take it scientifically, based on scientific, is something that you can see or touch, or maybe something that you can prove. That is what exists.
Exactly.
Anything outside human sense or outside human capacity does not exist. But then, deeply in me, I believe that I wasn't created by any man. the evolution of man, how a lady conceived and how she gave birth to. It's not something that, it's not a water that she drinks, and it's not any kind of food that she takes. It's something that, something happened in the nature, in the natural nature.
Exactly.
Yes, and what had happened inside had happened, and she released and she gave birth. And it's from there that this every human being was originated. Just like this example, we give a clear picture that somebody or a being, a spring being, a spring being, yes, is there for that to happen. And the change of the weather,
before you go further,
yes,
I would like to ask, we were talking about conception, like before a human being can come to life, there must be an intimacy between the father and the mother.
yes.
But what of the situation whereby this did not take place? Because we have the issue of Adam and Eve, the first set of human beings. So what can you say about them? Because they don't have this kind of conception and all that.
I think that is also another example for for us to know that God really exists. Adam was the first man.
Yes.
And Hawa was his wife. That is just an ayah, like a sign for Almighty God to show that yes, He can do it even without the margin of the men
intimacy between the father and the mother.
Yes.
I 100% believe that there is God. Likewise, there are some scientists based on cosmology, theology, that also prove that
God exists.
God exists. Okay, who is the creator and the best creator? Because looking at the universe, the sky, as well as the ground, there are creatures that your brain, if you start thinking of it, you realize that there must be someone behind this. This one, for someone that doesn't have the knowledge of creator.
Exactly.
For this fact, there are many facts, scientific facts, moral facts, religious facts, exactly, that will prove that there is God and God do exist.